Yeah,
It
so
is.
you can't shit on my soft life?
No.
Let me move this on. Right now, somewhere there's a 55-year-old listener to the podcast, and their definition of soft life is different.
Yeah.
The mics are blood clot open. Check.
Select accent for the podcast.
Calvin always late.
Welcome to the 9 o'clock news this evening on the Mics Are Open channel. My name is G Money.
Andrew Young.
And Big C.
And on today's bulletin, we have nothing but great energy and the top stories from around Kenya compiled by you, the listener. How do we start today, sir?
The big question today, of course, you can always use our magic number 6969 if you catch the drift.
6969. It's a great link up.
Yeah, and remember, what they don't tell you is this: the SMSs are charged at 10 shillings.
There you go.
Not 1 shilling.
There you go.
Are we going to use WhatsApp?
Because 10 shillings is much more compatible with integration into our system. It's not the size.
And the
Welcome to the Mics Are Open. My name is G Money.
Have you guys ever sent an SMS to a TV station, by the way?
Nah,
To a
fam.
TV station? No, but to a radio station, yeah, so many times, bro.
Oh?
He used to be a fan.
Oh.
Yo.
He's... My God, yo! Play this tune!
man.
Competitions, bro. Competitions.
Guys, let me tell you. Yesterday, was it Monday, when we were uploading the 50th edition of the Monday Minisode, it hit me, bro.
Oh, is it 50?
50 Monday Minisodes. So this is
Hold on, we
episode...
started that last year.
Yeah, last year. Like in the second... Like, it's almost coming up to its anniversary. And that means that we're at episode 90 of the Mics Are Open.
Huh?
It's mad, bro.
Yo, we should pat ourselves on the back, bro.
Oh,
That's some good
okay,
job.
yeah.
You get-
The math was not
That's
nothing.
bro, that's 140 episodes.
140 episodes. That's mad dedication, of course. How many relationships have you guys been in 140 episodes?
Not this many.
How many of you are in the same relationship that you were in when the Mics Are Open started? Raise your hands.
Or even in a relationship when the Mics Are Open started.
Just make it up, fam. Nobody knows.
Yeah. When the Mics Are Open started, I used to date this shorty. I used to, we'd go for drives on like Friday and I'd play them for her. She's, oh my God, you said that.
The podcast.
Yeah, man. That shit was actually funny.
Yo, by the way,
it was actually dope.
You know what's funny? You know what's really
when we just started.
You know what's really funny? People will walk into the house, right? And they hear me listening to the Mics Are Open.
Yeah.
And they're like, Kwani, you listen to yourself? I'm like, hell yes.
Find that weird, bro. Even when you Snapchat yourself watching the Mics Are Open.
Yeah, I do that
they're like,
shit.
Why are you watching yourself? Bro, this content, man.
Bro, I blacked out
Fam.
watching it on Friday night.
Was it that boring?
No. It was actually pretty dope. The most messed up bit was, so I blacked out with a glass of water. True story, right? So I was drinking water while watching it. I'm over there, like, okay, G said this, what? You know, a couple of things that you miss at times. So we watched to hear. Fam, I woke up with the glass all over the water all over my pants.
Oh, wow.
And on the carpet.
Now, I need, for purpose of clarification, are you sure?
Yeah. Like I was just, so when I woke up, right? So you step on the carpet and I'm just like, shit.
Wow.
I was waiting for a better payoff for this story.
Well, I
bro.
think like a wet dream.
But I had my pants on.
The ultimate
man.
wet dream. Now, today's podcast is slightly different because earlier on today, I tweeted, what do you want us to talk about on the podcast? And I love it when we crowdsource the content.
Yes.
Because there's so much that's been happening. For example, people want us to talk about Naomi Campbell and talk about her being the...
International.
But didn't we talk about it on Monday?
No, we didn't.
No, we didn't.
No, this news came out yesterday, bro.
Yeah.
Okay, of course.
Yeah.
So there's that to
Yeah.
talk about.
Yeah.
Also, a lot of people want to talk about mental health. I want to talk about that a little bit today as well.
So many of y'all.
But I think one of the things that everyone can relate to.
Manchester at the top. Yeah. I always wanted to say that.
Now that that's out of the way,
Now
you.
that that's out of the
A
way.
lot of
Yes.
people ask that. So, boom, that's good.
So there you go. You get to see, this is the new shit emblem. You're the shit. So that's you.
You can't even
On
put that
brand.
with Manchester, bro. Put it with you, Glot. Come on now.
Anyway,
Where you guys? Sorry, I actually don't know. What number?
I think 11. But 11's double one. So you got one, we've got two.
I'm sure it's 11, bro.
Also, by the way,
If you guys got a rubber, could you minus?
By the way, let me tell you something about you Man United fans, and somebody captured it excellently on the radio today. Manchester United at the top of the English Premier League right now is like an elephant at the top of a tree. You don't know how it got there, but you know for sure it's about to fall off somehow.
But I'll tell you this: as a Manchester United fan, I'm actually in shock. Like,
You're surprised you're there.
there's days I have to pinch myself. Like,
Right.
is she real? It's
Yeah.
been such a long time since we've been at the top. Years, actually. IG, proceed.
That's what she said. Right. So moving swiftly on.
Can't believe I missed that one.
You
bro.
missed it. Mister, that's what she said.
I missed it, bro.
Right. So one of the things that you guys wanted to talk about, this comes from Sterling Archer. And Sterling Archer, which is Wanjiko_Alvin, says, I want you guys to talk about whether we really care about the new WhatsApp terms and conditions, or we are just putting up a front. Now, let's talk about that. So, as you know, WhatsApp have gone deep diving because they are part of the Facebook empire.
Yeah.
And now they're going to be deep diving into your messages and your data to find out what you're talking about so they can sell you shit.
Yes.
So, as somebody said this morning, if you're using WhatsApp to cheat on your wife, then when she goes to browse, it's going to browse up divorce lawyers.
So another way, okay, that's a brilliant way to put it. I was explaining this to
Targeted
someone.
marketing.
Targeted marketing.
Targeted marketing. I was explaining this to someone yesterday. If you and your girlfriend or wife have sex and don't use condoms, yet you're out here
Stop hitting the table, though.
checking out Durex, Magnum,
Yeah.
XL,
Speaking of
or
which,
double XL.
Gee.
You know what I mean? If you're taking out, if you're taking out all of that kind of stuff, and your wife happens to be using the iPad, which is synced to,
Yes.
she'll be getting those ads, and she's like, "Boo boo."
Why are you Googling abortion clinics?
but first of all, Sterling Archer is an amazing series. Let me just say that. Second of all, we care. Okay, I care and I don't care at the same time. I care because this is data mining 101.
Right.
I don't care because I can't do nothing about it. It's
Right.
either you update, accept agree to the terms and conditions, or
you can't use
cannot
WhatsApp.
use WhatsApp. So it's a bit of a fix. But guys are looking for alternative routes to.
Well, this is what pissed me
Communicate.
off. We spoke about Telegram years ago, right?
Nude
And-
Central.
Yeah, and what I'm pissed off about Telegram is, I mean, not that I use it for cheating myself, but if you wanted to cheat, Telegram is the place to be.
Yeah.
Like Telegram, because you know with Telegram they were the first to have disappearing messages.
Messages,
you can
secret
time how
chats.
long you know.
Yeah.
It's like all of that stuff now. But now everyone's there, so even the person you're cheating on is going to be there. So it's not special no
Do you
more.
have Telegram?
Yeah, we've had Telegram for years.
No, but I'm just
not
trying to
cheating.
remember. No.
On myself.
Telegram
know,
from
if I'm
long
cheating-
time.
if I'm cheating-
Your
You're
tele-
very defensive.
No,
No one said you're
fam,
cheating on
your
no one.
Telegram, Telegram's magic thing.
Sometimes I cheat. I use my left hand. But anyway,
But you know the craziest thing about Telegram? We've said this before on the pod, bro. Whenever anybody gets on Telegram, have you gotten the SMSs from?
and it alerts you.
Everybody's now
Bro,
on it.
everyone's on Telegram.
Now
When
on
was
it.
the last time you received a timed message on Telegram? A disappearing message on Telegram?
This is why people watch this podcast. By the way, if you are watching the podcast, and even if you're listening, we love the audio guys, we love the visual guys, but you guys have got a bad habit. Do you know more of you who watch the podcast are not subscribed than the amount of you who are subscribed?
Oh,
Which
shit.
basically
Slap
means
yourself.
that you niggas are passing through like it's your dad's house.
man.
So right now, pause if you're watching us on YouTube right now, and even if you're listening to us on SoundCloud, pause right now, stop. Give you 10 seconds. Please subscribe. I don't care if you like the video, to be honest, but
10
I do
seconds.
care if you subscribe.
If you guys don't subscribe, we're not gonna put anything out. How about that?
That's what he said.
I won't pull out.
Wow. Wow.
Seconds gone.
So honestly, shout going out to Sterling Archer, right? So the thing is about, like, I think Andy summed that one up. We care, but we don't care. Personally speaking, I prefer Telegram, and I've always preferred Telegram. But it's not because I'm a cheat. I just prefer Telegram.
Because
It's,
Sell it
it's
to me like a
cleaner.
3-year-old,
It's a
bro.
cleaner interface. You
Uh-huh.
can do more. It's got animated emojis. That's not the reason I'm on it though.
I've always preferred, smoke signals in the sense that, I come to your house and or drums even.
Right.
We're African.
Do you know what
You
it-
use drums?
Fam.
Have you used stones?
Fam, do you know what the next thing is now? I'm going back to SMS. Anyway, moving on. Because today we're going 100 miles an hour.
Okay.
Right. Next story. This is Christopher. Shout out to Christopher, who says Kenyans' reaction to foreign celebrities working with the tourism board as an ambassador. We're talking about Naomi Campbell. So Naomi Campbell has been announced as the
International. There's a brand ambassador. So let's get two things straight, right? For Magical Kenya, the local one is what's the guy who runs marathons? We call Mr. who broke the record. What's his name?
Kipchoge.
Huh? Eliud Kipchoge.
Yeah.
So he's the one for local.
Right, okay.
Right? And then internationally, you know what I mean? So we have two tiers. He's a Kenyan who's an ambassador for Magical Kenya.
Right.
And everybody knows about him, Eliud
Right, okay.
Kipchoge, right?
Yes.
But now in terms of internationally.
Internationally.
Yeah. So there's a person who's not a Kenyan.
A foreigner.
Who's a foreigner.
Yes.
Who represents
us internationally.
internationally. So there's two tiers to it. So I've seen this whole conversation of people saying they should have put Lupita Nyong'o to be it.
Lupita's there chilling.
So?
Listen, I hate the way how some people say it should be Lupita. Suppose Lupita didn't want to do it.
Yes, there's that.
That's
So
like-
there's been that whole conversation. You saw the conversation yesterday on Twitter. So a couple of days ago on Twitter, there's Lupita, there's Chris Spitting Shorty, Elsa Majimbo. Yeah. Yeah, all of these names have been thrown out, right?
Right.
And the big conversation has been, oh my God, what's Naomi Campbell done for Kenya? Fam, first and foremost, I'm not here to defend her, but I'll tell you this. This woman spends a lot of time in Kenya.
Kenya, true.
She really does. Malindi, that's like her yard. She's been here quite a bit.
Because she used to date the Formula One guy. They used to always be in Malindi.
Billionaire Island.
Yeah, Flavio or something. Yeah.
So she's been all about that. Bro, actually, there's a time when we were headed to Dubai. Remember that day?
Yes.
She was actually right in front of us.
She was.
Yeah.
Yes.
With like a ton of luggage and all of that kind of shit.
very true,
You know what I
very
mean?
true.
So
Yeah.
you can look at it in different ways. But anyway, is anybody talking about it today? What's top trending topic?
But that's the thing about it. This
Yeah.
is even when Sauti Soul were in the news a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
And I said on the podcast, I'm like, you know what? If I was like Sauti Soul, I wouldn't even care. I would be in my house practicing melanin and so much more. While they're still talking on Twitter. Let me get to the end of the song.
It's the 48-hour rule, bro. People
But hey,
forget
it's not even 48 hours. It's 48 bars.
48 bars,
By
literally.
the time the song's done,
Yeah. Boom,
by the
gone.
time India Ari is like, heavy is your crowd, guys are done.
Yeah.
Guys are done with it.
But you see, if we're going to get technical in terms of this, bro, we've seen so many different brands or even countries get so many different people to represent them. There's a reason why Rwanda went for
Arsenal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Visit Rwanda. So all of these different kind of things. So do we want, for lack of a better example, Andy to be the international whatever? How many flights are you catching in a year?
The international what?
International brand ambassador
Oh,
for
for Magical Kenya.
So there's a lot that
good
goes
point.
into
It's a
it,
good point.
but I'm not wholly supporting it. But would there have been someone better than
Fam, you know,
Naomi?
let me just say this, fam. It's like I don't understand the bile on. I'm about the intelligent conversation and
Yeah.
is she the right person, whatever. But guy, you see the fuckery thing that I think is fuckery. The fuckery thing that I think is fuckery. Imagine this. 2 weeks ago, guys were on Twitter dissing Elsa Majimbo.
Yeah.
Yesterday, guys were like, why did they choose Naomi? They should have chose Elsa.
No, they won't.
I'm like, you two-faced motherfuckers.
Yeah, all
I
day.
can't.
Yeah.
Fuck all of you
So
lot.
anyway,
That's
those are
KOT
your
for you,
answers,
Yeah.
bruv.
I'm over that shit.
bro.
Yeah.
We
Right.
expose ourselves so badly.
Now, I want to send a shout. We don't actually have a guest on the podcast today, but guess who's in the building? On the news, on the Mike's Open News. Zoom to camera 2. We have the man like Big Bear in the building.
Wagwan.
hello.
Appreciate
Hello,
y'all.
hello.
Appreciate y'all for having me.
Oh, yeah. First
How
of all,
was your flight?
Hey, man, I feel like it was easy, fam. You know, I
Right.
just landed just the other day. No, I'm just kidding.
Right.
Been around for a while, but it's good to be here.
welcome. Now,
cheers.
I want you to know, right? Well, you were just here hanging out, by the way.
Yeah.
But I want you to know that there's a reason why I've invited you onto the podcast today. We want to appoint an international brand ambassador for the podcast. And you be doing your thing in the States.
Yeah, man.
We need you to go out there and spread the gospel of the mics are open in the United States of America.
Yeah, we thought
Could you give him a mug so that we can confirm
We'll
this?
give him a mug.
Pass the mug.
Yeah.
Not
We're
the
now
mug, the
passing
bottle.
you the bottle.
Do the
Right.
handshake.
The bottle.
Like,
Right.
you guys have to
Shake
do
his
the
hand, Andy.
handshake. Do his handshake.
You are
Come to
capture
that
this
photo.
shit.
Come to that photo.
Oh,
Show
yeah.
them the bottle.
So we're now passing him the bowl.
Yeah.
We're doing like a
There you
tourism
go.
thing.
I humbly accept this.
Yes.
This ambassadorship.
Yeah.
And I shall.
We shall send the contract. We expect about 5 posts a week.
I
That
got
should
you.
be good.
Thank you very much.
I got you.
You are
fam.
now official.
Alright, so-
Shake your hand, just. We now have an official international brand ambassador.
Straight out of Boston.
Fam,
But you have to drop that jersey, bro.
man comes in here in a Manchester
I don't know
United
Manchester
jersey.
United
That's a
jersey.
great
I
jersey,
don't know
bro.
about that
First
one.
of all, okay.
That needs to
You look
go.
good,
My,
but
my manager will have to negotiate that with you guys.
But bro, let me ask you, like, now, honestly, fam, like, as a Kenyan
Yeah.
who lives in the States, right? Fam, with all of the coronavirus, the mad Donald Trump and everything, was this the December that you were the happiest about coming home?
Hell yeah. Can I curse?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
You're one of us now. Yeah.
But it was like I didn't even know I was coming home, and then literally because I was sitting there like, man, do I really want to travel with all this happening? Blah 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 blah. You know, as a DJ, obviously funds are not the same.
Yeah.
But
There's no money, we're broke.
yeah, no, there's no
Yeah.
money coming in.
Yeah.
And then mom just said, "See, you just come home for Christmas. Why are you staying here?"
Mums.
And I thought about it. I was like, man, I do not want to be here depressed in Boston in the winter,
Yeah.
mind you,
Yeah.
and thinking about my family being in Kenya, enjoying themselves. And
Nyama is running.
Exactly.
Boozy, chapo.
Late curfew.
Imagine.
So I used the last bit of my credit card
You go on that flight.
and I booked that flight and I swiped it and it's been the best decision I've made of 2020.
Do you actually watch or listen to the mics open?
Yes, absolutely.
How are we doing?
You guys are doing great.
Yeah.
I see the work. I see I love that you guys have added a visual aspect to it.
Right.
Because seeing your ugly mugs has been great.
He fits.
Once taking a piece, you know.
Fam, I've got a confession to make.
What's up?
I've got a confession to make. Do you know, before I knew you,
Yeah.
I hated you.
I feel that. That's
I
the-
hated this guy.
That's why.
Let me tell you why I hate this guy, right? I didn't know him, fam. So we used to do the Jameson gig, right?
Yeah.
Every fucking time we're doing this gig, yeah, it's like, who the DJs we're using? Guys like Big Bear. Who the fuck is Big Bear?
Everywhere.
And I'm like, no, we want to use this guy. No, Big Bear has to play.
Oh, really?
I'm like, who is he?
Are you holding that emoji in reference to him?
Yeah.
Because I knew
Because I was the shit.
the shit. Because I knew Big Bear through the sister's friend, right?
Yeah.
So Elizabeth, the friend. So every time Elizabeth used to be like, "Oh, he's coming down for Christmas." What? So years
Right.
and years.
I say
so
him.
that's how I knew.
Because
it.
I knew you during High Life 2 years ago, bro, and I didn't know you speak Swahili until today.
Really?
Never.
Wow,
I didn't know
wow.
you speak Swahili until today, bro.
So,
Nah, man.
so I hated him. But you know what? The funny thing about it is, in my lifetime, it's happened to me at least 3 times where I've hated somebody and then become really good friends with them.
Wow.
Because now I know you.
No, but I made it a mission.
Huh?
I made it a mission.
To what?
Because for you to get to know me.
For me to unhate you.
Not say unhate me. Whether you unhate.
Masculinity cannot
No,
allow,
because I
bro.
knew. The word
Right.
got back to me from
Right.
the meetings, obviously. So, and I was like, nah. Like management used to be like, man, I don't know why this guy does not like you. And I'm like, because he just doesn't know me. And that's all it was. I was like, just get to know each other.
Right.
Everything will be cool.
So how was the fast
Ladies,
exchange? Like,
yeah,
hey, I
Big
want
Bear's
to
the
be
guy
your
talk
friend.
to if you want to back G money.
And now,
Yeah, write a book, bro.
By the way, I've been asked about him before. I've been asked
by the ladies?
By the ladies, yeah.
of course.
Yeah.
I keep on telling you, my DMs are hot. I had to block them. but let me ask you this. Like going from what I would say about you, like,
Yeah.
is that I respect as a DJ the fact that you don't play like normal DJs. You're very eclectic, and I respect that.
I appreciate
and
that.
also, it's like, I mean, we hung out in Boston. This guy takes us to eat food and shows us some cool spots. You're a real one, bruv. And that's why you are now the international ambassador of the Mics Are Open. Give him a round of applause. Man like Big Bear, we'll come back to you.
Accept.
Let's go back to the questions. Which camera am I looking at? Oh, I'm talking to the mic. The cameras don't matter. No, that camera. Let's go back to our questions today. Now, I want to target this one at Calvin and Austin because this is a local problem. This is from I Am the Sheriff, who says, why are the men's lavatories, why do they rarely when you go into a mall or whatever, have somewhere where you can change a kid's diaper?
Wow, that's a great question.
That's a very good question, you know.
So, but traditionally, you know how in Kenya, the work of looking after the kids is always skewed towards.
And in Africa.
Yeah, in
generally.
Africa, right?
Yeah.
But some forward-thinking restaurants actually have like an area
baby
where
changing area,
which is unisex, right? So most of those places. But I think it's one of those things over time that we'll get to that point.
Okay.
But also, do men really want to be those guys who are changing?
Nappies.
Like, nah, you know what
Why
I mean?
not?
Fuck them kids.
Listen, like you guys are at lunch or something at a restaurant,
Yeah.
and boom, youngin takes a doo-doo.
Yeah.
Are you supposed to be like, yo, okay, I'll take it,
Yeah, why not?
which I would. I would.
There's a wider question here. The wider question is simple. Why are you even owning your kids? Let's move on. Right.
Wow, is that what we're doing?
So of course, like it's all right. I'm sorry.
So it's something that's
Fam, you know what my philosophy is? Unless that nigga looks like you. Anyway, moving swiftly on.
you might listen. That's him. You might be dating a chick who's got a kid, bro. Those are the things you have to do. Change those diapers. You might get your dick sucked a bit better that night.
What?
Wow. That curveball.
Wait, what?
All right. There you go.
If she's having a headache, like, oh my God.
So to answer your question, I am the sheriff. There's a correlation between you getting your dick sucked and changing your kid's
Wait,
diaper.
but if she has a headache, she's sucking your dick? I don't see that happening, fam.
No, like if you guys are at a restaurant and she's got a
I
headache,
don't see that happening.
you know what I mean? So
get
offer
good
to
head,
do
bro.
these things. Wow. Also, if you're at a place that doesn't really have washrooms that have an area where you can change them, and you're at a restaurant, just put the damn kid on the table.
Oh, wow.
Taking?
Wow. Then
Are you for real?
Then again, it depends on where you eat.
If anyone, well,
What? No, it doesn't depend on where you
Listen,
eat.
some of you
You don't
guys,
do that, bro.
some of you guys are sitting out there like saying, "There's no way I could change my baby on the table in a restaurant," but you still eat matura.
first and foremost, yo, listen. You can't be out here speaking
See,
smack
we've been
about
through this a million
Motura.
and 10 times.
I'm sorry.
We've been through this a million.
What's the
Mutura is
yuckiest
elite,
thing you
bro.
guys do in Jamaica? What are you guys eating that's like
Fam, it's not about
palatable?
we eat. There are people in Jamaica who eat matumbo. By the way, try it.
Yeah, try.
Yeah.
There's no problem. We got over tribe, bro.
But we don't eat matura though.
Just don't say Matura. I don't know what you're referring to when you say Matura.
Matura. We don't eat matura. Listen, one does not eat matura and have an accent like this. Right. So anyway, moving swiftly on because we want to get through as many of your things as possible. We haven't forgotten about the Mics Are Open roast session. You guys said you'll do it. It's in the works, and it's going to be a special.
We're gonna do it
additional edition of the Mics Are Open.
Yep.
So it's going to be the Mics Are Open presents the roast, and individually we're all going to get roasted, and we're going to invite people in to
roast us?
participate in the roast as well.
Just not our exes.
No, including our exes.
Fam, if we
Yeah.
invited your exes to the roast, it would be a brunch.
It would be, mimosas on the house, dinner and everything. We'd probably have to do it at like what?
All right,
Radisson Blue.
I'm
You guys
telling
can
you, man.
sleep here.
Hey, Radisson's closed, by the way. This one here is closed down. All right, Village Boy to the World says, how hard is it being a man at this time and age, especially for young, broke Negroes? I want to talk about this. And we kind of touched on this earlier when we were just having a conversation. You know what I've learned in the last, on this journey of life, is that at some point as a man, you have to begin to detach your value from the amount of money you have. Because I think that as you're growing up, people see success as something you measure in financial terms. And that's what leads to so much not corruption, we want money, but that's what leads to people actually putting themselves under so much pressure when they don't have money, or they think that, for me, whether I have $1 million shillings or I have 50 bob, I'm the same person.
Fam, nah. I feel like you're answering that question from I don't know what perspective, but I still respect your perspective.
You're trying to
Yeah.
avoid privilege.
No,
or-
but my thing is this, bro. Why is it that everybody who's out here, that we have so many people who've gone to school and gotten degrees, and we get those emails with CVs being sent every day.
Right.
Yes.
Guys are trying to get out of this whole not having money. Fam, let me tell you this. Guys just came back from shags, right? Guys who traveled. If you don't have a job, they're telling you, yo, you're the one who's going to go slaughter that thing without even asking you.
Disrespectful.
Disrespect.
But that's what I'm saying, bro.
Yeah,
But that's
but-
exactly what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's the association we've put towards it. And the only way I'm going to get out of that is
To get
through
money.
this money, yeah.
But what I get, and I understand that, right? But what I'm trying to say is this: is that every generation we have to unlearn things that don't work for us. And what I'm trying to say is that I don't believe. All right. Yes, maybe it's a bit idealistic given where I am in life and my journey, right? But I think you're putting yourself under too much pressure.
Let me put it to
No,
you like
let
this.
me finish. Let me use. I want to use. Can I use you as an example,
Yeah.
right?
By all means, bro.
Right. You see this guy here, Andy, right? I can never tell if Andy's got dough or he doesn't have dough. Because Andy is consistent in his character.
Yeah.
Fam, me, I have no money. You might not know, but I'm a cunt.
Yeah.
Because, like, no, straight, and I'm going to tell you, like, if I have don't have chums, or money is cash flow, whatever the issue is, I'm not myself. But this guy is, right?
Yeah.
The point I'm trying to make is this. I had to unlearn that whole thing because in your life, no matter how successful you are, there are going to be days when you have money and there are going to be days when you don't have money. Best just spoke about how he maxed his credit card to come home. It's not because he don't have tunes.
Yeah.
And he felt nothing in saying that.
I get all of that, right?
No.
You might have been joking as well, but yeah.
I get all of
No,
that.
no, I wasn't.
I get that, and I'm happy that that's a learning that we want to do. But before we get there, what I'm going to tell guys is this: yo, make that money. One of the biggest things, one thing that a lot of people kind of tend to forget is this: if you're growing up, you want to get married at some point, cool. All of that is all good and everything. One of the biggest reasons that people get divorced is lack of money.
I get that.
Yeah.
I get that. But I understand that, right?
Yeah.
And I'm never going to be that person who says, go and have a 5 million shilling wedding
But you see,
if you can't afford it.
My point is this, right? Are we going to tell people? Okay, cool.
I'm
Let's
listening.
get one point clear. You want people to make their money.
Yes.
Cool. Make your money, right?
Make your money.
But for me, for the mandem who listen to this, fam, cool. What G has said, I agree with him. But if this making your money is gonna make you happy, go for it.
I think you're missing the point.
Wait. No, I feel like you're both missing the point. This guy clearly asked how hard it is being a man at this time and age, especially for young, broke niggas. You're broke right now.
Yeah.
And when he
Right
says
now,
young,
you can't start having a conversation about
fair
I'm
enough.
gonna get
Yeah.
money.
That's fair enough.
You can't start a conversation about I should have saved. You're broke.
Yeah.
This is a situation right now as it is. And allow me to tie this in. You need a second.
No, I'm good. I'm not answering it. I'm turning the phone off.
Yeah. Allow me to tie this in with something else that so many people are talking about and so many people asking us to talk about: mental health. As Andy Young answering this question, how it is being broke as a young man, my mental health matters to me most at that point, especially. Why?
Right.
Because as a man, society has put you in a place where you are being assessed according to your wealth, according to what you have, according to your jobs, the people that you keep around you. Status quo, bro.
Right.
That's what it's all about. So there's someone who's down there under that kind of pressure of them. So this is what it means to make it and be okay in society. But I do not have the funds. I do not have the chums to get me there. Hence, I'm broke. Where does that leave me? What does that mean to me?
That's true.
I'm at home, bored to death. I haven't paid for my Wi-Fi. My units are just,
Beeping.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But I'm on my phone and my friends are out there having fun. They're
Almost
partying,
killing
bro.
me. Yeah.
They're traveling. They're going out of town. You want to tell me that won't affect me mentally?
It will.
Exactly.
Right. You know what? You're 100% right.
That's why we have 3 age
Yeah, so
sets in this
let's bring
group.
it down a few notches, bro, and address it where it's at. As a young man being broke, care about your mental health the most. That's the only thing that will push you through that time.
Yeah.
And once you get through that, trust me, when you get rooms, you'll have the discipline to move accordingly. You'll know.
Right.
You know what I mean?
When I was
Mental health. Let me add to you. Mental health and make sure you're good, right?
Yeah.
And ambition, bro.
Oh, that drive. Yeah.
It won't be the same today, tomorrow, every single day. Have some drive, do something.
Appreciate being at the bottom of the barrel, bro.
I feel like
Appreciate
I
it,
feel
bro.
so blessed right now.
Yeah.
No, I feel blessed.
Fantastic.
I feel blessed. And then I feel blessed because you are right. You're 100% right. the perspective that I'm looking at this at is not
Perspective.
acknowledging the struggle.
Yeah, you're there
No.
right now, bro. You're at the
Yeah,
bottom
you're
of
right.
the
You're
pit,
right,
man.
By the way,
It's hard.
You went, fam.
High five.
Yeah,
You
that
eating
one.
carrots
Yeah,
for
there you go. There you go. But carrots are good though. I like carrots.
Carrots plain for dinner?
Fam, didn't you hear Alicia Keys say that she ate white rice and honey?
She can't. That's Alicia Keys. She's got a full fridge, bro, in the kitchen.
So let's seg into mental health, because mental health, especially in this in this COVID period, has taken a battering, and funnily enough, when I put it out there today, what do you want us to talk about? Mental health came up 5 times.
5 times so far. Because guys are still tweeting, bro. Yeah.
Guys are still tweeting, and I don't even know where to go with this conversation, because we can say all the things about therapy, which ignores the fact that therapy costs money. It's expensive.
Yes.
I said to someone today in a conversation that we were having, it's so easy to get lost in the fog of mental health, right? And I implore everyone to feel what they feel. Like, if you're not feeling okay, just understand that. Feel what you feel. Nobody can say to you, snap out of it, or you're just too negative. Feel what you feel. But what works for me, and what worked in the conversation that I had earlier this morning, was sitting down sitting down and unpacking all of the separate issues that you might be going through, and seeing how you can address each component with positivity. And I'll give you an example, right? When you feel low, you wanna stay by yourself, innit?
Yes, you withdraw.
You withdraw from everything, right?
Yeah.
When sometimes actually going out there and interacting with people, especially people you love, is what's gonna help you get through the fog.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to say, but you'll never be able to see that as a solution when you're in the mist.
Yes.
So in terms of mental health, and I know not everyone can afford to go and get therapy or professional help, but what I will say is that in those moments, sit down and, bro, as much as we're in the digital age, pen and fucking paper, pencil or paper, and write down and unpack everything that you're going through, and look at how you can move the chess pieces around so you can begin to see way clear. It's not as simple as that. And sharing is important as well. Don't be too much of a man or too toxic.
Yeah.
Not to share what you're going through and have conversations.
Allow me to throw in a curveball. Sorry, Calvin. There's something I've been holding on to for quite a while, and I think maybe it's time we just have a conversation about it. And it's something I'm sure most of us can relate. Who's gonna love the toxic people? Who's gonna care about the toxic people? Because we're all about protecting our energy. If you're toxic, move away from me. Bro, anytime I think about mental health, that's the first thing that comes to my mind.
Right.
Who is going to love the toxic people? Why? They need more of that love than anybody else out here.
But
Wow.
here's the thing.
Bear, you about to say something?
No, I'll come.
Yeah.
Go.
Okay, so everybody who's perceived as toxic, some are not toxic. It could be one person's interactions with, or something that they went through, or something that happened, and they're like, yo, that person is toxic.
Yeah.
You get?
Yes.
Someone could say to G, Calvin's toxic. Right? And G's like, nah, fam. Or even Andy or Ben, and how we relate. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So it's one of those things that
One person's toxic person
is not
another
necessarily.
person. Right.
Very
get
true.
very true. And
Yes.
also at the end of the day, if someone really, really is toxic,
Yes, let's talk about those ones.
Yeah,
now.
yeah, really, really is.
Yeah.
Fam, they have to sort themselves out first.
How? They're not an island, bro.
They're not an island, but
Yes.
you see, at the end of the day, they need to have people who will ride with them. You know what I
Yes.
mean? It's like
Yes.
when someone's got an addiction. You've got an addiction to heroin or something.
Yeah.
Your family won't, well, there are families that will ditch you, right? But there's some family members who will be like, hey, listen, let's take you to rehab, walk you through this, walk the
Yes.
walk with you.
Yes.
And the people emerge strong and they're like, heroin? I'm not going to touch that. So they've gotten the mental the
fortitude.
will to stay away from that. So it's one of those things that has to be like that. But I love the question because there's a lot of that gets thrown out there. No, fuck that. No, that guy's like this.
Very careless, bro.
Yeah, you know what I mean? And this can go into affecting a lot of people. You know what? Like how you meet someone and you meet Bear and you're like, fam, I used to hear people say this about you.
Right.
Yeah.
And then you're like,
Very true.
You get one of those things. I think one of the things in terms of that whole toxic persona question, rather, you probably don't assume. You know, just how you're told don't assume everything in life.
Right.
You just can't not assume everything in life, then assume that someone
is toxic.
You get so ask the questions. They could be toxic.
Yeah,
but ask the
and I
questions.
think also what you're saying in a short way is at the end of the day, I can't take anybody's opinion as to who or what represents toxicity if I don't know the person.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
I used to hate Bear. He was a toxic motherfucker. But here he is.
You were about to say so.
Here he is in the studio as the international ambassador of the Mics Are Open.
I just want to throw one like story in. I used to have somebody who was toxic in our friend group in Boston,
Right.
and I realized I analyzed. She moved away. She moved
Right.
to go to school, and I realized later the reason we all actually discussed this, and we're like the reason why she was toxic is because she was going through something.
Right.
So it's almost like I don't know. It's kind of like you do need to check in with them, but they also need to be isolated with their own thoughts and their own and analyze why they go. My dad tells me this all the time. Like it's okay to sit in the house and be by yourself,
Right.
and think about yourself and think about you can't. It's hard to do that in the world. It's hard to do that when you're mixing in
Right.
with people.
Right.
Yeah.
And we used to call her Mixie because she used to always be out, always be interacting with people. She never used to just sit in the house.
Right.
Just lounge.
Right.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
So it's kind of like isolation is good sometimes.
Right.
Because you analyze yourself, you analyze why you're doing something.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm a very empathetic person. I can look at somebody like, yo, I'm pissed. She did something wrong to me.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, I was pissed at her. Actually, my friends were more pissed than they were,
Right.
than I was at her. And I was looking at her, I was like, man, why did she do that to me? Because I was always nice to her. And then I realized like, nah, she's just going through her own shit, man.
Yeah.
And that's I think there's a inspirational quote that always comes up literally every day on Twitter about we don't know what people are going through.
Yeah.
So sometimes we have to give people the benefit of the doubt. Because I mean, let me share a story of something that happened to me yesterday. There's a friend of mine who's in the States who hit me up, and they were in Kenya for whole of Christmas, right? Kenyan dude, good friend of mine, and I was like kind of pissed because like dude was like, yo, listen, I need to borrow a Bluetooth speaker. And I kept on forgetting. And he's like, yeah, meet me at Milan, drop off the speaker. And I never remember to drop the speaker off. And then whenever he wanted to catch up, I was busy and vice versa. So then when I saw him in Milan 2 weeks ago and he's like, yo, listen, I'm leaving on Tuesday and we haven't even hung out. I was like, you're just so busy. So I don't care. So I'm on my high horse. But the funny thing is, all during while he was here, he kept on hitting me up saying, G, there's something I need to talk to you about urgently. So yesterday now when he messages me on WhatsApp and I'm like, just, being G as like an asshole. He goes, you know what? This is what I need to talk to you about. He goes, what he wanted to talk about is that he thinks that our friendship is fading. And that's a whole thing. This is, let me just say, this is Jess, the guy who's, I was the best man at his wedding.
Yeah.
So we're friends. You know what I'm trying to say? And he was saying that end of the day, what he wanted to talk to me about was the fact that he sees us as friends. I mean, you don't fly somewhere around halfway around the world
That's
to be
a true
somebody's
friend,
best man. And he wanted to talk to me about the fact that our friendship is going like that. But there's me on my high horse, like, what the fuck, you were here, you didn't have time to da-da-da-da-da. So end of the day, I could look at it and I could have said, you're behaving like an asshole, right?
Yeah.
When the reality is, this is someone who's reaching out to you. You know what I mean?
Yes.
I'm still not apologizing to you, Jess, if you watch this fucking podcast. You're still a blood clot.
He is.
But I'm kind of apologizing. But it's your point.
Yeah.
People can be going through something and you just don't know.
Yeah. And to kind of wrap up on that whole mental
And I'm not
health.
saying I'm sorry.
So since we got a lot of
Toxic
that's
G.
So since we got a lot of questions about mental health, to kind of summarize it, a lot of people have been going through a lot of things in the last year with COVID, job losses, income in carts, all of these different kind of things. It's taken a toll on
all of our
literally
mental health.
everybody,
Yeah.
everybody. Not being able to see your parents, all of those kind of things. But with all of that said, a lot of people have now taken to spending a lot more time on social media because you don't see your friends as much. So one thing that a lot of people do on social media is compare themselves to their peers.
Yeah.
And what your peers
Fam,
are doing.
recipe for disaster.
Fam, that's the one thing that we need to address and tell people.
Comparison is the thief of joy.
Yeah,
Don't do that.
Something else I might want to add before we move on. I like what Bear said. These people have gone through things, and from my own personal experience, they haven't really dealt with the traumas in their lives.
Yeah.
And they haven't had the environment that can be conducive enough for them to come clean to some people, you know, a healthy environment.
Or themselves.
Yeah, or themselves. Yeah, you get me. And if there's something else that I was at fault with is being an enabler to someone who is toxic. And that's where most of us go wrong. Why? Because I'm a very nice guy. I'm a very nice person. So if I see, and I'm also empathetic, if I feel like you need some help, I'll give you the help. I'll look beyond what you're doing.
Right.
I'll be like, why are you doing what you're doing?
Yeah.
So if someone takes notice of that and goes like, so Andy, this is how he moves. So if I tell him I need this and that, they can manipulate the situation. And if I'm not cautious enough, I'll end up being an enabler and making the situation even worse than it already is. So all I'm saying is, it's okay to love toxic people from a distance. Let's not just
protect your energy.
Right.
Man.
And protect your energy as well.
Like just not care about them, bro.
100%, man.
People.
All right, cool. This is the Mics Are Open, episode 90. We are just responding to all of your
Where's the ratchet
questions.
shit at, bro?
The what? The ratchet. There's no ratchet shit today, fam.
Fam.
It's coming. There's ratchet. Before we end, there'll be ratchet shit, yeah? Right. So,
Questions.
Dark Warrior has asked about everyone's definition of soft life. And we want you to talk about that on the pod. Now, about 2 weeks ago, I saw a tweet from a young lady who said how some people are equating soft life to having a glass of wine at a restaurant.
No.
Yeah.
And then people kind of laid into her saying, she said that she thought that soft life was working hard so that you can enjoy a very good life in the future.
No.
And everyone just hit up and was like, yo, soft life should be whatever you...
I agree.
Whatever you make it to be.
Whatever we make it to
Bro,
be.
soft life, if I want to eat matumbo for 1,000 bob, that is fucking soft life.
I love Matumbo,
Yeah.
but that's hard life, bro. That's not soft life. No, let's be
soft
real.
life. No.
Let's be real,
No,
bro.
soft life should be what it is, bro. If you want to go and eat KFC, a 6, what do you call that? Streetwise 6.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And feel like, my God, I want
Shameless
so
plug.
fucking good. How much is that shit? Like 8 sock. If I decide I want to go to wherever, like Kani right now and tell them, yo, set that matumbo on fry time one time. Yeah? With some pili pili. And they tell me 2.5. Fam, I post that shit on IG. Y'all can tell me shit.
Fam, this
That
is
ain't
what I'll
soft
say.
life?
If it looks like
No.
struggle, it's not soft
No,
life.
no.
For the sake,
Cause
no.
you
For the
want to
sake of
slander
order,
Matumbo.
no.
Why
For the
you
sake
keeping
of
quiet?
order,
No.
a universal understanding of soft life. Let's be real.
No.
If I see you on a yacht in the coast,
Yeah.
sipping on wine, I'll be
that's-
like, that's
Okay.
soft life.
All right,
No,
but
it's
let me
not.
give, but let me,
You eating Matumbo for 20
but let me give you an
That's not
example,
life,
right?
bro.
Like,
That's a struggle.
you know what it
Matumbo
is?
for 2.5.
It's good life, yeah, but that's not soft life.
Let me
bro.
tell you what it is, right? Let me tell you what it is, and this is something that I've experienced, fam. Soft life for you and soft life for somebody else is different.
different.
For example,
Yeah,
let me
there's
tell
levels to
you,
it.
there's a
Let's
time.
define
Let me
it
give you an
then.
example.
Uh-huh.
There's a time I was doing a live, right? I was doing an IG live during lockdown, right? And I didn't have any alcohol in the house. I just had wine, right? And it was a cheap wine,
Yeah,
right? It was a cheap bottle, right?
Yeah.
Fam, so I put the bottle on the counter and somebody saw it on the live. My God.
They're like,
Guys were laying into me about
Exactly.
big man like you drinking this cheap brand. Now for me, I got so pissed because I'm like, look at me here. I'm trying to have a drink to get a vibe.
Yeah.
And these niggas out
out here
here
thinking.
cussing my... No, so the point is, like, I might think that if I drink a 2,000 shilling bottle of wine, it's soft life to me, right?
Yes.
There's somebody out there buying a bottle of wine for $75.
Okay,
Bro,
then let's-
$1,000, bro.
But it's different.
Hold on, Andy.
Uh-huh.
So I come home every December, and all these new hashtags,
Phrases,
I have to download them and analyze them and basically break them down. Like I didn't know what the hell is premium tiers.
That was 2019.
I have to basically, I have to catch up.
You're still in the country. You have time.
I still have to catch up. So when I started catching up to what soft life was, I started analyzing. You know, I'm seeing it like on IG, I'm seeing on Twitter. My definition of soft life is if you're enjoying life, having the 2,500 whatever it is,
Matumbo.
you know, Matumbo, whatever, like wine or whatever, and you're not working, and you're not working for it.
Right.
You know, you're enjoying it. That glass of wine that they're talking about on Twitter is enjoying it during the day, midday, while everyone else is
out there
working
at the plantation.
I think you're
Let's
right.
answer the question. That's all I wanted, bro.
Like I've been enjoying soft
How do you
life
define soft life?
Okay.
for
How
the
do I
last
do-
month.
How do I define soft life?
That's soft life according to Big Bear.
So
Yeah.
for me, I think soft life.
It's a lifestyle. It's a lifestyle.
I think it's partially a lifestyle.
It is a lifestyle.
But I think that also it's like let's say we leave the studio at 10 o'clock as we do sometimes and go to the tasting room 254, which is located at 14 Riverside.
Shameless.
14 Riverside.
Glass drop one more time.
14 Riverside is a beautiful place, right?
Yeah.
With some of the best wine in Nairobi. And we're drinking wine at 12 o'clock in the afternoon while everybody's at work. To me, that's soft life.
Yeah.
But but you put in your work already.
Right.
You put in your work. I'm talking about this person has woken up at 11.
They have no
They're
job.
blowing up like, yo, who will I have lunch with?
That's his definition
Yeah.
of soft life.
But that's the life I've been living for the last
then
week.
I think, for me, I honestly think, bro, if I'm enjoying doing what I do, right? Like last year I went and bought a bike. Do I ride it every day? No. I have a car. I ride it when I want.
what she said.
Do you ride? Sorry, is that the bike or the bicycle? You know, there are many, right?
Yeah.
That's fucking soft life. I do
According
that
to
shit
you.
because,
Yes.
but do I work hard?
Yes, you do.
Exactly.
Yes.
So who the fuck are you to tell me what the definition of soft life is?
No, don't take
There's no-
No,
It's all relative,
It's relative.
bro.
That's what
Yeah,
I'm saying.
it is.
Yeah,
It
so
is.
you can't shit on my soft life.
No.
Let me move this on. Right now, somewhere there's a 55-year-old listener to the podcast, and their definition of soft life is different.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Like if you
But there's level. But I think there's also levels to it. There's absolutely levels. Yeah.
Because according to me,
Now
if you want to drink Senator Cake today,
I hope
get smashed.
I hope that didn't go over you
that's
guys'
not
head.
soft life,
Grouchy, you saw that, right? Grouchy got that. That went over some of your heads.
I
But
saw
like,
that,
yeah.
yeah.
All right, so now let's keep it moving, man. Somebody else here was asking a very interesting question. Everyone's asking for the roast, yeah, but the roast is coming. We've spoken about the ambassadors. We've spoken about soft life.
damn, you know
There
what?
was one. No, there was one that I saw. Kenyans would rather buy. No, we spoke about it last week. Kenyans would rather buy you alcohol than give you money.
Oh,
Facts.
Yeah,
Facts.
that's true. That's true.
Click on the link.
No, it's financial planning. People have been talking about
that's
that.
what I wanted to remind you
Yeah,
of.
but I think we need to do a whole financial planning one. That one's gonna come.
Also, something to the listener. Anytime you guys bring up the issue of mental health, let's be a little bit more specific so that we can maneuver through this conversation a bit easier, because it's too broad. There's so much to talk about when you mention mental health. So if you want to get a bit specific, I know you can be exposing yourself or something of the sort, but just put it out there as it is. Wow.
So a lot of people asking about Uganda. So Uganda are going to the elections tomorrow, and I tweeted out today and said what's happening in Uganda is quite crazy, right? So to give you guys a backstory, today, a couple of days ago, this is Friday. Uganda just had their election.
Yeah.
We've got to remember that. So a couple of days before this podcast dropped, internet had been shut in Uganda and everything, and you guys have been seeing the videos, the storming of Bobby Wine's house while he's doing a press conference. All the guys been assaulted. So much happening in Uganda, bruh. The question was, how can we support our brothers in Uganda?
Yeah.
That is one of those things where, I mean, it's so political and geopolitical at the same time.
Yes.
This is when you think about organizations like the African Union. You get? But it goes deeper than this. Is Kenya going to make a statement about what's happening?
Nobody said anything, bruv.
No one's going to do that because we share a border. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
For things to go to Uganda, they have to pass through Kenya. So it's very, it's what you call social political. So many things
Right.
go into whatever.
Yes.
But are we talking about it globally? Are people seeing this? Bro, tell me. Okay, I think in my head, how would we help Uganda?
Keep the conversation going, bro.
Yeah,
we
but
keep the conversation going.
This conversation's been ongoing for so long. We've seen Bobby arrested enough
Time and time
times in
again.
the last year. Even smack in the middle of COVID, bro. You know what I mean?
See,
To
as,
the
as
point
Calvin,
where
there's so much you can do. As Andy Young, there's so much I can
I
do.
tweeted. I
Yes.
tweeted today, and
Yeah.
I said, "What's happening?" Well, a couple of days ago, and I said, "What's happening in Uganda is very wrong."
Right,
You get?
yeah.
Yes.
But the one thing I could do is pray for them to get peace, to have peace through
Right.
everything that's happening. Yeah, you know what I mean?
Right.
Yes.
But think about democracy on the African continent like that, and then think about you motherfuckers out here cracking jokes when we're on the podcast.
Sorry. Sorry. Let me just say something, right?
Yeah.
No, wrap up on Uganda, then I'll say what I got to say.
No, just
All right, let me see what I'm saying, right? So Grouchy, as you know, is one of the producers of the podcast, and he's been iMessaging me, and it's been popping up on the screen in front of me, right? He just sent a message. I'm going to read the message as it is. There's no point like just not reading it as it is. Grouchy says, Andy looks like a zebra. Dare him to make that sound when you wrap up. I'm like, what? A zebra to look. Now, basically, Andy, I think you need to stand up so the guys can see your outfit. It's designed by Looks Like a Video. If you're listening to the podcast, jump over to the YouTube channel and subscribe, and you'll see Andy's outfit, which Grouchy says looks like a zebra. So
What sounds zebras even make,
that's the
bro?
question. What sound do zebras even make?
know.
All right, guys, listen, we got like 2 minutes left. The Bus It Challenge.
One of the best things that have happened in 2021.
I'm thoroughly enjoying it
I'm here
myself.
for it, bro.
I'm thoroughly enjoying
I
it.
encourage our Kenyan sisters and sisters to keep doing it. Yeah.
Now give me a conservative number, right?
Okay.
How many Bus It Challenges do you think you've watched?
A conservative number.
Yeah.
Let's just end the pod.
Huh?
Let's just end the podcast, bro.
Fam, that
conservative
shit's,
number?
That shit's boring, bro.
It's boring?
I'm like, bro.
Wait, if you consider that boring, what do you consider as entertaining?
You've seen all this shit, all of these, that that shit gets boring, bro. Am I gonna lose sleep over this shit?
Yeah.
Okay, here's what I'm saying.
Like,
sleep,
fam,
bro.
all that booty. You guys are just watching it on your fucking screens with that whole song the whole damn time. Fam, there's a reason.
How would you feel
You're
if
saying like it's
how
such
would
a
you
bad
feel
thing, bro.
how would you feel if your girl came home and was like,
Hey, I
hey
want you to
babes,
hold my phone, record."
while I film this Bus It Challenge?
Yes, please.
Like, bro, let me tell you.
1080p.
I'm opening the balcony. Kick that phone out. Bitch,
Wow.
what the
Why?
Bear, what do you reckon?
No, like I'm not insecure.
Okay.
But then let me clarify.
Yeah.
It's the same shit. See, we have someone do something else, bro. I'm
Why, you
tired
want
of
them to
this
come read their
goddamn
CVs
shit.
on, social media, bro?
Yo, let her post up about poetry.
What?
This is poetry, bro. This
What
is art in
emotion? Don't tell me that
Wait,
shit.
This is art in motion, bro.
But you know what? Dudes now have spoiled it.
Oh my god!
Yes,
I
I
saw
see
some
it.
niggas say it. I saw some shorty say it. Yo, let's put on let's put on like a grey sweatpants and
No,
do the
man,
bus it.
let's have a
off.
conversation, man. There are some challenges that are just for the
This
ladies.
shit ain't African.
Let's leave them for the ladies, bro. It's okay to
no,
jump
but there's
on it
one that I
once in
saw
a
today
while.
that was hilarious though. It was
It's okay to make fun of it.
Yeah.
With
but
ecstatic
let's
when she fell.
enjoy it, bro, for
Yeah,
the
that was
ladies.
funny.
She said she
but
ain't
there's
got
a
the
dude.
knees.
There's a dude who did it, and he dropped down, and he like it switched to GTA.
But you know what?
Gotcha,
You know
but
why I
some
hate
that's
this
on
shit? You
Why?
know, by the way, let me look at the camera. Why I hate this internet shit is half of these chicks can't even fucking ride your dick doing this shit.
I know. I
Lazy
agree with
as
that.
fuck.
I agree with that.
Why is this false
I agree with that.
advertising?
No, I agree with him on that. I agree with him on that. No,
Bro,
but
in real
Andy,
life, they
Andy,
do
hold on.
this shit.
Hold
wait,
on.
wait,
So
What do you?
I'm a little bit middle of the road on this one.
How is that quitting to babes riding your
No,
dick,
but
bro?
it's false Bro,
No, it's not false advertising.
how the fuck are you gonna be out there doing your ass like that and you can't even ride my
Screw
dick
you,
for a
Calvin.
fucking minute?
Screw you, Calvin. You
Fuck
know why? You know why?
No, fuck you and
Screw you,
fuck them.
Calvin.
Bro.
No, you know why?
False advertising, G.
No,
You know what?
why?
No.
No. So you don't trap up on
Wait,
this.
no,
You
I'm not wrapping up. Wait. Can I just say something? While you two are arguing, me, I'm just here watching it.
Watch exactly this fucking Calvin.
Yo, by the way, listen.
Bro, we're recording the podcast.
For the purpose of research, we're gonna end the podcast right now while we continue to watch.
Yo, shout out to all the sleeping.
And that's how you get caught up. You just start watching 1, 2,
Exactly.
3, 4.
Wow.
No, but
the whole night scrolling through
No,
your
but you know what?
IG.
I hear
imagine-
no because there's some chicks you see on IG and then you funga and then you're like, man, I'm disappointed.
Oh, yeah, also
Yeah,
there's
Yeah,
something-
and
but-
I hear
but that-
you.
but that
And
happens, though.
we've been there as men.
Sorry, Ati, my ex posts up that shit. You ain't never done nothing
Listen,
like that.
listen.
Generally, you're a bitter man in life.
I think
you complain about everything that's nice. You don't like fine things.
The way I
like,
look at it is this. What you guys have to understand. What you have to understand. Let's give it some
you're not even
context.
sending these things to me, bro.
No,
Yourself.
I'm just scrolling, just the hashtag, right?
You send this to me.
No, you'll just go through it and scroll yourself. Right. Now, what I'm saying is this, right? I want you guys to understand some context here, right? Around the world, right? A lot of people are in lockdown. We're in Kenya and we have a curfew. It's 10 p.m. But a lot of Europe, the West,
The US,
the USA is on lockdown. Yeah. So the thing about it is, you see, these are individual challenges and individual things that are connecting a global village.
Yes.
So for me, if you feel like doing the Basset challenge is gonna be Andy, stop it, man. If you feel like wait. No, I'm telling you, bro.
The context is
The
isolation.
context is isolation, fam.
Yeah.
A lot of people are on their own, so they feel a sense
can
of
be
connection
isolated.
Yeah.
when they connect to this. Now, let me continue. The Basset challenge is remember the first one, the Don't Rush challenge?
Yeah.
It's the same thing. It's connecting the world because of a challenge. And I think the reason why some people are so salty is because this is predominantly women.
Yeah.
Now, let me add something to this before we...
And
wrap
women
up
are
the
looking for a chance to dress up
and do
look,
something.
Yeah, look
Fam,
nice.
yeah, a friend of mine in the UK the other day, her and her mum dressed up like to the nines and had
Yeah.
dinner in the kitchen. They just wanted to feel good, like, you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is, let people do the bus up challenge. It's the same reason why Clubhouse is blowing up now. Bro, when you go to Clubhouse, which is a social media app where people have conversations,
Yeah.
in the UK where there's a proper lockdown, in Europe where there's a proper lockdown, in Nigeria where there's a partial lockdown, it's blowing up. The reason it hasn't blown up in Kenya, because we can still go to Milan on a Thursday, Electric Avenue Gin Culture with myself and Code Red Styles.
Bust it down.
This has been the Mics Are Open. My name is G Money.
And the young.
Fuck Basset Challenge, Big C, and of course
The international ambassador, Big Bear.
Man like Big
Appreciate
Bear.
y'all. Appreciate
Bless
y'all
up.
for having me.